2019 first term, second part. Now this is the question that we have received in 2019. Yes, now this question is related to first term. Now look at the question here. Anusha is a mobile phone retailer. Then you see Anusha is a mobile phone retailer and a designer of novelty phone covers. Anusha, as a retailer, she is designing novelty phone covers. She has a good knowledge and experience in designing. She generally sets a low price for her phone covers, through which she expects to increase sales and profits. By mid-2019, her phone cover sales have reached 50,000 units, and of which 20,000 units were sold through online. Anusha is conducting a SWOT analysis to identify strategies for business expansion. Now, normally you see in the in the examination, you are given such type of case studies. Based on these case studies, you are asked some questions to be answered, and so that you should be well aware of this type of questions. Now, this is related to new syllabus. It started from 2019, so that it is very important for you to understand the way of writing answers. Now, keep in mind that for business studies, writing answers is a kind of art. It is a kind of art. So you have to get used to this art of writing. That is important. Understand? Now, most students feel that business studies is very easy, but it is not very easy. It is very difficult. You see, now, when you compare the accounting, I feel that business studies is more difficult than accounting, because you see, accounting, those who are able to do sums, they feel that it is easy. Now, business is concerned, students feel that it is easy, but it is very difficult to score marks in the examination. So that it is a kind of art of writing. You have to get used to this type of art of writing. Now, look at the question here. First, you have to identify this case will, or that paragraph will, and then by reading this paragraph, you are given some questions to be answered. Describe the two core business activities in the above case. There are two core business activities. Can you explain what core ideas of business? There are two core concepts of business. First one, satisfying human needs and wants. Can you remember we have discussed earlier, Asani? Satisfying human needs and wants. Second one is value addition to resources. Now, when we do theoretical part, we discuss these two types of activities, business activities. First one is satisfying human needs and wants. Second one is value addition to resources. See how you answered this question with regard to this paragraph. Now, that I explained, it is related to the business studies subject, theoretical part. Now, when you answer this question, you have to answer based on this given paragraph. Understand? Now, look at the answer here. Describe two core business activities of above case. Above case. Now, look at the answer, first one. I'll take the answer and so that you can understand the answer. Now, this is the mark scheme. Look at that. Describe the two core business activities in the above case. First one is marketing or retailing. fulfilling needs and wants. You see, wants and needs by retailing mobile phones. Now here you see fulfilling human needs and wants. Look at that. First part is fulfilling human needs and wants. Fulfilling wants and needs. First part is fulfilling wants and needs. That is why I told you, according to theoretical part, there are two business activities, main business or core business activities. One is fulfilling human needs and wants. Second one is value addition to resources. Value addition to resources. Then the other one is, here you see, value addition by designing phone covers, value addition to resources. Now, these are the two business concepts. And you have to answer with regard to this given paragraph. Just try to understand. Now here, if the students discussed, the points should give full marks. Two activities, you see, 1 mark, explanation. Now these are the two activities, marketing or retailing, designing. These are the two activities. And then explaining, here explaining. Now find out the answer and write it down. Marketing or retailing, fulfilling wants and needs by retailing of mobile phones. Yes, wait for a moment, please. Yes, look at the first one. Marketing or retailing, fulfilling wants and needs by retailing mobile phones. Now this is the first part, that value addition, you see, fulfilling human needs and wants. Look at that part. Fulfilling human needs and wants. Second one, value addition to resources. Second one is value addition to resources. These are the two main concepts of business or activities of business. Value addition to resources. So that marketing or retailing, now Anusha is involving in retail business, or she is involving in marketing because she is purchasing, buying and selling of mobile phones. Now, buying and selling of mobile phone is what we call the main core business activity of Anusha. Then by purchasing and selling mobile phones, she fulfills human needs and wants. She fulfills human needs and wants. So that first answer is fulfilling wants and needs by retailing of mobile phones. Second one, designing. She is involving in designing phone covers as well. Designing phone covers means value addition to resources. Now, you know that if you purchase a phone, you see, you can modify the phone by purchasing a phone cover. So that due to this, you see, phone cover, it adds some value to the phone as well. Value addition by designing phone covers. Yes. Let's move on to the second question now. We are going to discuss the second question. What are the, look at next one. what are the main objectives of above business? Now, business objectives are concerned. Can you remember in our theory discussion, we have discussed some business objectives. There are a number of business objectives that we have discussed. You see, maximizing profit, maximizing sales, and then market expansion, survival in the market, being the market leader of the field industry. Now, these are some business objectives. As a business, there are a number of objectives of business. Profit maximization, sales maximization, expanding the market share, being the market leader, and then you can find out, you see, sales maximization, survival in the market. There are a number of business objectives. Understand? Now, all those objectives cannot be written here. Then here, look at the objectives mentioned here. Anusha is mobile phone retailer and she has a good knowledge and experience. Now, just try to understand, she has a good knowledge, everything we have learned so far with regard to the subject, you should be well aware. Now here, she has a good knowledge and experience in designing, which means that is a strength of Anusha. That is a strength of Anusha. Anusha is having knowledge and experience in designing. It is a strength. SWOT analysis is concerned, it is a strength. She generally set a low price for her phone covers. It is also business strategy as well as a strength of Anusha's business, to which she expects to increase sales and profit. Now you see, that is one or two objectives. First one is increasing sales. Increasing sales is an objective because she expects. Increasing profit is another objective. Then there are two objectives: increasing profit, increasing sales. Her phone cover sales have reached 50,000 units, and of which 20,000 units are sold to online. You see, online trading is a strength of her business. And then Anusha is conducting SWOT analysis to identify strategies for business expansion. Business expansion is another objective of Anusha, business expansion. Now look at the answer. Increase in sales or sales maximization. Increase in sales or sales maximization is one objective. Next one, increase in profit or profit maximization is another objective. Increase in profit or profit maximization is another objective. Though it is not available in the mark scheme, you can write another one. What? Business expansion objective. Business expansion objective. That is another objective of Anusha's business. Business expansion objective. Look at that and understand. Right. After writing, we are going to move on to the third question. Third question. Mention our factors. It is not our factors, 4 factors which could have an influence on the high turnover of phone covers. Now, here you see, according to the passage, you see phone covers have sales have reached up to 50 units, and of which 20 units were sold to online. Now, within this period, by mid-year of 19, she has been able to sell, you see, produce 50,000 units of phone covers. This is a huge amount as Anusha's business. Now, our question is that, what are the reason? 4 factors which could have an influence on high turnover of phone covers. high turnover. You see, what are the reasons here according to given details? You see, look at the generally low price. That is maybe one reason, because you see, if prices are low, customers purchase conveniently. So that one reason may be low price. Look at that. See any other ideas? Another one, you see here it is she involves in online marketing, online trading. That is another reason. Another reason. Online marketing and online trading. Now look at that. Design is one reason, because she has new designs. Novelty, because of the novelty, people are interested in purchasing phone covers. Because of novelty, because of new designs, because of novelty of phone covers, she is creating new designs, and then you see it is a new experience for the customers, so that customers are interested in purchasing those phone covers. And then price level, it is low price. She is selling phone covers for lower price. She is selling phone covers for low price. And then she is involving in online marketing, online trading, online purchase, so that customers are customers all over the world. Customers all over the world are able to purchase these phone covers. It is one reason to improve her business activities. Look at that and understand and write it down. Design, you see new designs, novelty of her phone covers. Write it in, don't write only design. New designs, write it as new designs. Novelty of her phone covers. Novelty of her phone covers. Low price set by Anusha. Low price level set by Anusha. Easy to purchase due to online trading. Easy to purchase due to online trading. Easy to purchase due to online trading. Right. Now look at the next question. Explain two advantages and two disadvantages Anusha could obtain from online trading. Try to understand. Explain two advantages and two disadvantages. Two advantages and two disadvantages of Anusha could obtain from online trading. Now look at the advantages. More customers can be attracted. Write it down in that manner. More customers can be attracted. More customers can be attracted because of online trading. Anusha is able to attract more and more customers. More customers can be attracted to her business. More customers can be attracted to her business. She is able to expand her market. She is able to expand her market. She is able to expand her market share, because you see, expanding market share is one objective of business. She is able to expand her market share. She can minimize cost or decreasing cost. She can minimize cost of production or cost of producing novelty phone covers. She is able to minimize cost of production. Next one, easy access to market. Easy access to market. Market eකට ප්‍රවේශ වෙන්න ලේසි. Easy access to market. Because of online trading. Easy access to market. Next one, can minimize overhead cost. Can minimize overhead cost. That's the indirect cost. Can minimize indirect cost or overhead cost. Next one, can do business. Can do business. Can do business. Sixth one, can do business involving less number of employees. ඉතින් මේකම ලියන්න එපා ටිකක් explain කරලා ලියන්න. Can involve business. Sorry, can do business involving. Can do business involving less number of employees. Can do business involving less number of employees. Less number of employees. Can supply 24-hour service. Can supply 24-hour service. Next one, can manage the business. Can manage the business with less space. With less space. Can manage the business with less space. Last one is time saving. You are asked to write 2 advantages. Look at that. You are asked to write 2 advantages, but there are 9 advantages given in the mark scheme. 9 advantages. Yes. Now write that disadvantages. Write the disadvantages of online trading or disadvantages of online trading. High cost for web design. High cost for web design. High cost for web design. She has to incur high cost for web design. She has to incur high cost for web design. Next one, decrease customer trust. Decrease customer trust. As customers are not physically met. As customers are not physically met. හේතුව කියන්නේ හැම වෙලාවෙම whenever you write, better for you to explain it a bit. Decreasing customer trust as customers are not physically met. Customers are not physically met. There may be security issues. There may be security issues. Security issues. You see, internet frauds, that type of things. She has to face some legal issues. She has to face some legal issues. නෛතික ප්‍රශ්න වල මුහුණ දෙන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Due to online training. She has to meet some payment issues. Payment issues because they are not physically meeting. The buyers and the sellers are not physically meeting. Now, even here you see, we are doing online. When you are doing the subject online, you see, now for example, Rashmi, you have never seen me, I have never seen you. Then can you develop trust between us? Somewhat difficult because we are not physical meeting. Each party is not responsible to each other because we are physically not meeting. It's a kind of disadvantage of that online studies. The other one is, and then security issues. So you see now, for example, when you are doing this subject, you see even other students can join with the class or can get this knowledge of mine without any payment. Understand? Without any payment. So that these are what we call security issues. But if we are doing the class physically, no outside is able to join with the class. Security issues. And then legal issues. Legal issues. Legally, we are not bound to each other because we are, you see, we are people who are not known to others. Who are not known to others. Now, these are major problems of online, and also definitely, how can the seller take the responsibility? Then there is no any responsibility here. Now, so that is why you should be very careful of doing this online you see studies, because you see it is very difficult for us to develop a kind of interrelation among the students and the teachers. Sometimes you see some people may appear as teachers, really they are not teachers sometimes. Understand? That is why before you select a teacher for online studies, you should be well aware of the teacher's background, his professional career, and then his dedication and commitment with regard to subject. All these should be well known before you select a teacher, because you see there is no any trustworthy background, trustworthy situation, faithful situation in online studies. That is, and you see technological defects. Now, if you are facing data problems or electricity problems, you are unable to join with the class. Now, these are also problems with regard to this online education. Now, even online marketing is concerned, trading is concerned, technological defects or interruptions Yes. Next question. Give 4 advantages of SWOT analysis for the business. Give 4 advantages of SWOT analysis for a business. SWOT analysis. SWOT means S means strengths. W means weaknesses. O means opportunity. T means threats. These are what we call SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You know, when we discuss business environment, we have studied, by studying the business environment, we can identify the strength of the business, weaknesses of the business, opportunities with regard to the business, and threats related to the business. Now, that is the major purpose of business environment studies. When a business person studies the business environment, he is able to understand his own strengths, he is able to understand his own weaknesses, he is able to identify opportunities with regard to the business, and he can identify some threats regarding the business. So that major purpose of, major advantage of SWOT analysis is, you see, the businessman is able to identify strengths. Anusha is able to identify strengths. She is able to identify strengths. She is able to identify, to minimize weaknesses. She is able to minimize weaknesses. She is able to capitalize opportunities. She is able to capitalize opportunities. She is able to capitalize opportunities. Next one, she can overcome threats. Yes. Let's move on to the next part now. Right. Look at next question. Write 2 opportunities and 2 threats for phone cover industry in general. Now, the most important word is in general. It is not related to the given statement, or it is not related mostly to the given passage. In general, you see, generally, what are the opportunities and threats related to phone covers? Just look at the opportunities. Increasing use of mobile phones. You see, nowadays, you know that generally most of people are using smartphones. Whenever they use smartphone or purchase smartphones, they tend to purchase phone covers as well. They tend to purchase phone covers as well. So that it is a new trend as well as it is an opportunity to phone cover industry. Look at the increase in use of mobile phones. Next one, interest about new models. Interest about new models. Interest about new models. Interest about new models. Alut models පිළිබඳ තියෙන කැමැත්ත. It is you see, people are interested in new models of phone covers. That is a new tendency, and it is a tendency. It is an opportunity to Anusha when she is doing her business. Next one, concern about the protection of the phone. Most of people, when they purchase a smartphone, they pay attention on the security or the protection of the phone, so that they tend to purchase phone covers not because of something else, to safeguard the phone. Concerned about the protection of the phone. Look at the threats with regard to her industry in general. Threats of phone cover industry. First one, arrival of new competitors. Arrival of new competitors. You know that with the development of a certain industry, new competitors are arriving into the industry. Now, I remember at the very beginning of, you see, introduction of English medium advanced level, at the very beginning, only a few number of teachers were there in the field. But you see, with the development of that area, you see, number of people involved into the industry. That is the nature. So that arrival of new competitors is a threat to Anusha's industry, Anusha's firm. Next one, frequent model changes. You know, in the modern context, you see, people tends to use new models always. New models. You see, frequent model changes of phone covers. Every day, sometimes every week, people are having a tendency to purchase new type of models. Model changes. Increasing price of inputs, another reason. Increasing price of inputs, that is another reason. Increasing price of inputs, another reason. Yes. Right. Now let's move on to the next part. Write two strengths that Anusha possesses and explain how those strengths could be used for future development of the business. You know that by analyzing the SWOT, a business person can identify on strengths, on weaknesses. They can capitalize opportunities. They can identify threats and avoid these threats. They write two, you see, strengths. Now there are a number of strengths of Anusha's business. Look at those strengths. Her designing skill, it is a strength. Her designing skill, her designing knowledge, her designing experience. Look at that: designing knowledge, designing skill, designing experience, use of new technology. It is a strength. She is using new technology. She tries to identify strategies here, you know that. She tries to identify strategies here. Identify strategies for business expansion. Now these are the strength of Anusha in doing the business. Ability to identify strategies. Please write them out. Yes. Okay, now let's move on to. Now we have completed that question. That is 2019 question number 1. Now look at the next part. Now look at the next part. (2019). Yes, question number 2. A manager in 2019 question paper, even the first question is related to first term, and even the part of second question, Part of second question is related to first term. In the question number 2, first part, second part, and third part are related to first term. Just keep it in mind well. Now we are going to discuss second question of that 2019 paper. A manager said that conflicts between company objectives and stakeholders' objectives pose challenges for managers. Now this is what you have to understand. Now, different stakeholders of the business are having different objectives. Different stakeholders of the business are having different objectives. You know that? The stakeholders in the sense that you see the owner of the business, owner is having different objectives, and then managers are having different objectives, and then customers are having different objectives, and then employees are having different objectives, and then suppliers, competitors, the government, all these parties are the stakeholders. They are having different objectives with regard to the business. Now here it is emphasized that manager said that conflict between the company objectives. Company as a unit, as an individual, company is having separate objectives. And then different stakeholders are having different objectives. Now, according to the views of the managers, company objectives are conflicting කියන්නේ ගැටුමක් ඇති වෙනවා. පරස්පරතාවයක් ඇති වෙනවා. Conflicting with the stakeholders' objectives. It is a challenge for the managers when taking decisions with regard to the business. Describe this statement by taking examples from company objectives and objectives of the stakeholders. Company, for example, just remember public limited companies are concerned. Shareholders need to increase their dividend. Understand? For example, shareholders of the public limited company, සීමා සහිත පොදු සමාගමක shareholders ලගේ අරමුණ තමයි what? Obtaining dividend, ලාභාංශ ලබා ගැනීම. නේද? නැත්නම් bonus shares ලබා ගැනීම. හැබැයි company is having different objectives. Company is concerned, company needs to stabilize the business. Company needs to develop the business, improve the business. Now, shareholders are concerned, they are not concerned in the development of the business. Shareholders are not concerned in the stability of the business. It is not the objective of shareholders. දැන් ලංකාව ගත්තොත් දේශපාලකයාට රටේ මේ ආර්ථික ස්ථාවරත්වය වැඩක් නැහැ. එයාලට ඕනේ එයාලගේ කටයුතු ටික කරගන්න. නේද? ඒත් ව්‍යාපාරිකයන්ට ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් කටයුතු. දේශපාලනය කරන අයට දේශපාලකයන්ගේ ආරමුණ. හැබැයි රටක් විදිහට අපිට නේද? political establishment, political stability, නේද? economic stability ඒවා රටක් විදිහට ඕනේ. ඒතර මෙතන රටක් විදිහට හිතන විදිහට තමයි සමාගමක් විදිහට හිතන්න ඕනේ. සමාගමක් විදිහට, කම්පැනියක් විදිහට, company thinks of the stability of the company. Economic stability, market stability. නේද? Market stability is important for the business. Economic stability, financial stability is important for the business. But you see, stakeholders are not having such type of objectives. ඒ වගේ අරමුණු මේ stakeholders ලට නෑ. දැන් ඕනට තියෙන ලාභය minimizing the profit. Employees are concerned, increasing salary, and then comfort, and then convenience. Customers are concerned, customers need quality products. Customers need reasonable price. These are the objectives of customers as a stakeholders. But company is not considering such type of objectives. Company thinks of the stability of the company, financial stability, market stability, improvement or development of the business. That is the idea of the expectation of the company. Pay attention on that. Right. Let's look at how this question should be raised. Look at that. A manager said, that the conflict between company objectives and shareholders' objectives pose challenges for managers. Describe this statement by taking examples from company objectives and objectives of the shareholders. Rashmi, look at that here. The objective of shareholders is profit. Understand? The objective of the shareholders or the owners is profit, maximizing profit, or return maximization. Return maximization. And the dividend, improving dividend, receiving dividend. That is the objectives of the shareholders. So here, you see shareholders, I got missing. It is not a stakeholder, shareholders. Only one stakeholder. Shareholders. Shareholders' objective is what? Profit maximizing, return maximizing, dividend maximizing. Now, these are the objectives of the shareholders as the owners. So that the objective of shareholders, now these underlying parts are very important. That is why it has been underlined. Keep it in mind well. The objectives of the shareholders is profit maximization or return maximization, and the dividend. Whereas objectives of the company is what you call business stability or sustainability through reinvestment. Pratyayojane, reinvestment. Here you see these underlying words are important. If the students have explained the points, then 2 marks. You see, you have to explain it bit. Now, please write down this sentence. The objective of the shareholder is profit or return maximization. Profit or return maximization. And dividend maximization. Dividend maximization. Whereas objectives of the company, is business sustainability through reinvestment. Business sustainability through reinvestment. Business sustainability through reinvestment. Then you see, only for this idea you are given 2 marks. 2 marks. If the students have explained the points, then 2 marks. You have to explain. Then how can you explain it? Then please write it down the way that you have to explain this idea. The shareholder of the business, the shareholders of the business tend, T-E-N-D, tend to maximize the return or their profit rate, Yet the company, that type of explanation is needed. Yet the company tends, T-E-N-D-S, tends නැඹුරුවක් නැත්නම් උවමනාවක් දක්වන tense long term stability ස්ථාවරභාවය stability and the sustainability these two objectives are conflicting. These two objectives are conflicting. These two objectives are conflicting with each other. These two objectives are conflicting with each other. These two objectives are conflicting with each other. Yes, right. Let's move on to the next question. Explain the term sustainable development. Now, even this question is related to first term of grade 12. Sustainable development. You know, in my tute, even in the page, cover page, that sustainable development of Broadland explanation is given. You see, Broadland explanation. You see what sustainable development is. You see, now it is a definition. You are unable to change that definition. And this is the definition given, even the scheme as well. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of present. Here you can write generation, present generation, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Without change, you can write it down. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Write it down, please. Yes, right. Look at next question. Name two social responsibilities of business organization toward its customers. You know that in the first term, we are discussing social responsibility of business. Can you remember the lesson that we have done already? Social responsibility towards customers, social responsibility towards owners, social responsibility towards community, society, and then social responsibility towards employees. Understand? Then the business has to perform some social responsibilities towards the employees, towards the consumers or customers, towards the owners, and then towards the community. Understand? Now here you are asked to find out the answer for towards the customers or consumers. පාරිභෝගිකයා සම්බන්ධයෙන් සමාජ වගකීම. Now, I am a businessman here. Businessman in the sense that satisfying human needs and wants. So that you know that business is satisfying human needs and wants. Any activity that satisfies human needs and wants, that is called business. The person who involves in satisfying human needs and wants can be taken as the businessman. So that in this sense, even I am a businessman. So that I am a businessman. You are the customers of mine in that sense, or the consumers. Then you see, as you are a consumer, I have to perform some responsibilities towards you. I have to perform some responsibilities towards you. What are the responsibilities that I should perform towards you? Then you see, I should be very fair. Fair in deciding the price. Fair in doing the class. Fair in giving knowledge to the students. You see, fairness, sadharana. Fair prices. Understand? Minimizing damages. If I am damaging you with regard to your future or education, or if I'm corrupting your mind by giving some unnecessary ideas or unnecessary messages or unnecessary political ideas or whatever it is not my responsibility. Because I should not damage your thinking capacity, your knowledge, your attitudes. Now you see, you are having various religious attitudes. If I am damaging your religious attitudes, it's a disturbance to you. Should not damage the students' views, student attitudes, students' beliefs. That is what is my responsibility. Minimizing damages. And then protecting rights. Protecting rights. As a businessman, he has to respect the rights of others. Price of others, providing quality products for reasonable price. Quality products. Sometimes, most probably, some business people are selling low, inferior products, emphasizing as high quality products. That is wrong. That is violating social responsibility. Yes. So that towards customers, please write them out. You see, fulfilling customer expectations, completing promises given to customers, and then you see here, please write it down. Fairness towards the consumers, fairness towards the consumers, fairness towards the consumers, fairness towards the consumers, and then minimizing damages, minimizing damages, minimizing damages, protecting the rights of customers, protecting the rights of customers, and then providing quality products to customers, fulfilling customer expectations, or completing promises given to customers, Yes, right. Now let's move on to next one. Now, shall we have a 5 minutes break? I feel that you may be tired. Rush, please take out 5 minutes break, and thereafter let's continue. I feel that you are tired because early morning. Take out 5 minutes break. Now, shall we start once again? Then now look at next question. We are going to discuss next one. Now, Ashani, then state for benefits that a business organization could obtain by following business ethics. You know, that is another topic that we have to discuss within the first term of business studies, that is business ethics and social responsibilities. Can you remember? You see, ethics are concerned, we know that business ethics means doing business activities, identifying what is good and what is bad. Very simply, business ethics means doing business activities by understanding, identifying what is good and what is bad. Understand? And then, you see, ethics are concerned. You know that there are a number of ethics to be practiced by businessmen. Ethics with regard to marketing, ethics with regard to financing, ethics with regard to human resource management. Understand? Ethics with regard to human resource management, ethics with regard to production or operation. Now see, these are the ethics or ethical practices that you have to consider in business studies. Now, state for benefits that a business organization could obtain by following business ethics. You know that if a business is following business ethics, and if the business is doing business activities, understanding what is good and what is bad, and then it will bring a lot of benefits to the business as well. Now, it will improve the business image, confidence towards the customers, that type of things. Now, look at that. Here, these are the benefits of maintaining or following business ethics. Growing customer satisfaction or customer confidence. Growing customer confidence. Able to attract and retain customers. The business is able to attract new customers and retain the old customers. It is also important because you see some businesses are there. They attract new customers. While attracting new customers, all customers are leaving the business. Or if the employees are concerned, when new employees are enrolled, all the experienced employees are leaving the business. Now, if the business is practicing business ethics, they are able to attract new customers while keeping the old customers as well. That is also important. Able to attract and retain customers. Able to meet competition successfully. If the business is having practicing good business ethics, it creates the business image. People respect this practice of ethics so that they are able to compete in the market with other competitive businesses. The ability to maintain better human resource management. You see why when enrolling new employees and then when promotion, when transferring, you see the business is practicing new business ethics or you see favorable business ethics so that employees are well encouraged over this type of human resource management. Ability to avoid irregularities, abnormalities of the affairs of accounting. This financial fruits may be minimized. Financial confidence over the business activities. Ability to avoid irregularities of the affairs of accounting. Easy employee attraction. Easy employee attraction. Easy to attract new employees. able to attract investors is it? Able to attract investors is it? Increase of goodwill of the business. Increase of goodwill of the business. Another one, by accepting ethics relating to marketing, sales and profit can be increased. By accepting ethics relating to marketing, sales and profits can be increased. Now please type them out. Yes. So now discuss the fourth part. We are going to discuss the fourth part. Step 4, services. That small and medium scale firms could obtain from Sri Lanka's standard institution. Look at that. State 4 services that small and medium scale firms could obtain from Sri Lanka standard institution. Even you see this standard discussion on standard institution is also related to first term. You see Sri Lanka standard institution and then Sri Lanka standard institution, SLS, and then Consumer Affairs Authority, Industrial Development Board. That type of you see government institutes are much important with regard to business activities. So that here the standard institution, Sri Lanka Pramiti icon, how standard institution contribute small and medium scale industries, firms to develop their business activities. Then you see able to get standard specifications. You see SLS certificates. You see there are some SLS certificates given to some product. It emphasizes that it is a third party certification with regard to products. Now, if you purchase SLS certified product, it means that it is up to the standard of the quality. Understand? If you are purchasing products which are having SLS certificate, SLS symbol, it means that it is up to the quality. Then able to get a standard specification, providing lab facilities, laboratory facilities to get that. Able to obtain local and international product certificates. Able to obtain local and international product certificates. You are able to get local and international product certificates. Then you see international is concerned ISO, International Standard Organization. Local is concerned SLS, Sri Lanka Standard Pramiti. Next one, able to get training, standardization and quality control. Training standardization. පුහුණුව පිළිබඳ සම්මතකරණය. Quality control. තත්ත්ව පාලනය පිළිබඳ විධිමත් ක්‍රමයක්. Able to get training, standardization and quality control. Obtaining library facilities. Providing services on system certification. System certification. You see now technical operators are concerned, system certifications are here. Information services. You can get information about consumer protection, about standardization, about standardized, you see, analysis. All these details can be obtained from standard institution. Please write it down as well. Yes, right. Ashani, discuss, write the last part of that. Right. Now look at the B part of that question. B part. Can you remember we have discussed some policy interest rates of Sri Lanka, Central Bank of Sri Lanka. There are three policy interest rates: standard lending facility rate, or standing lending facility rate, standing deposits facility rate, and then policy interest rate. There are three interest rates to be discussed, and we have already discussed in first term. Then there are three policy interest rates practiced and implemented by Central Bank of Sri Lanka. First one is standing lending facility rate, SLFR. SLFR. Sri Lanka, or standard lending facility rate. The other one is standing deposit facility rate. The standing deposit facility rate. Now this is reverse repo rate is not relevant now. Earlier it was named as reverse repo rate. Now it is treated as the standard lending facility rate. The standard lending facility rate. Nitta nai pahasukam anupate. Sinhala කියන්නේ nitta nai pahasukam anupate. Standing lending facility rate. That explanation also given. The interest rate charged when obtaining funding by securing government securities. Please write it down as well. I speak further. And even I have explaining, discussing theoretical part. Yes. And the other one is standing deposit facility rate. Look at that standing deposit facility rate. Nitya tempatu pahasukam anupate. Standing deposit facility rate. Standing deposit facility rate. write it down, that explanation as is interest rate that paid when investing in government securities. You see, when commercial banks are investing in government securities, it is the given interest rate. So that it is the interest rate given by the central bank to the commercial banks when investing in government securities. රජයේ සුරකුම්පත්වල වාණිජ බැංකු ආයෝජනය කරනකොට වාණිජ බැංකු සඳහා දෙන පොලි අනුපාත. Next one, bank interest rate. Policy interest rate. That is called policy interest rate or bank interest rate. First one is standing lending facility rate, SLFR is standing deposit facility rate, SDFR, and then bank interest rate. Bank interest rate, bank poli anupaat. The rate at which the central bank grants advances to commercial banks for their temporary liquidity purposes. You see, whenever commercial banks are facing liquidity problems, yani commercial banks වලට සල්ලි නැති වෙනකොට, සල්ලි ප්‍රමාණවත් මුදල් නැති වෙන, which are called liquidity problems. These are called liquidity problems. If the commercial banks are not having enough money to do their business activities, that is what we call the liquidity problems. Liquidity problems. In such occasions, the commercial banks are able to obtain loans from the advances from the central bank. වාණිජ බැංකුවට ද්‍රවශීලතා ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙනකොට, මුදල් මේ ගැටලු ඇති වෙනකොට වාණිජ බැංකුවට පුළුවන් මහ බැංකුවේ ඇඩ්වාන්ස් එකක් නැත්නම් අත්තිකාරම් මුදලක් ලබා ගන්න, ණය මුදලක් ලබා ගන්න. අනේ ණය මුදල තමයි බැංක් ඒ සඳහා කරන පොලියට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ bank interest rate. That is what we call bank interest rate. The other one is statutory reserve ratio. Statutory reserve ratio. අපි කියනවා ව්‍යවස්ථාපිත සංචිත නියමයක් නැත්නම් ව්‍යවස්ථාපිත සංචිත විධානයක්. It means ඒකෙන් කියන්නේ දැන් now whenever you see when commercial banks are accepting deposits from the customers, a certain percentage should be kept in the central bank according to the command given by the central bank. මහ බැංකුවේ දෙන විධානය අනුව තැන්පතු මුදලින් යම් ප්‍රතිශතයක් මහ බැංකුවේ තමන් සතු බැංකු ඉඩමේ තැන්පත් කරන්න ඕන. That is what we call the statutory reserve ratio. ව්‍යවස්ථාපිත සංචිත අනුපාතය. නේද? It is compulsory. Now then current accounts are concerned, that rate is 10% up to 40. 10 ඉඳලා 40 දක්වා පුළුවන් ඒ විධානය නියම කරන්න. يعني out of total deposits of current accounts, 40% should be kept without lending money to the outsiders. 40%. So that if 40% is demanded by or commanded by the central bank to be kept as security or statutory ratio, commercial banks are having only 60% to be given loan. Right. With that, I feel that it is better for us to finish the class today. Now, so far now we have been discussing past paper questions. I feel that this experience is needed for you, because you see now as 2024 students, we have just started the you see relevant classes now in the schools. Even still you have not attended your schools. Now so far we have been discussing now some past paper questions. Definitely as a students of advanced level, you should be able to identify you see even past papers, what are the content of past papers. Understand? Now some students are studying the subject, even they don't know what the paper is, and they have never seen the paper until sometimes 1 year pass. Now here, according to our style, you know that after doing the first term activities, we are discussing past papers with regard to first term. And after doing the second part, second term test, you see materials, we are discussing second term past paper questions. I think that this is the way of that you have to develop your knowledge with regard to the syllabus. Understand? Doing syllabus, just doing syllabus is not favorable for you. That is why I am doing the past paper questions, and I will send you some you see term papers as well. Even these past papers are concerned, you are having a good confidence over your knowledge. That is why I am discussing these past paper questions, so that we have covered up 2 hours session now. Now it is time for us to finish. Then next week